All right, guys. Thanks so much for checking out this video today. This video is going to be about, I don't know if y'all can see me if I do it like that. So we're just going to keep it right here. I have a Word document up that I'm going to be putting some notes in for you all so you can grab a pen and a piece of paper. So what I'm going to talk about today is what to sell on Etsy and finding a profitable niche or niche, however you want to say it. So here's the thing. This is something that literally stops people from ever getting started because they're so afraid that they're going to get into something, invest in a lot of money, and then lose all their money. And so I have something that's going to address that for you. But I'm going to be very direct, and this may help some people. That really just need a little bit more direction and just want to get started, but you have so many ideas, you've watched so many videos, and you're just like, can you just tell me what to do? So I'm going to just kind of do that, but still give you the opportunity to explore, give you a little bit more direction. Okay. So, what I've learned with Etsy is Etsy has a different culture. So, what you sell on Poshmark versus Etsy versus Facebook Marketplace, all of these little platforms, Amazon's not little, but Amazon, eBay, they all have different cultures. So if you're going to start selling things online, especially if you're going to do print on demand, which I would definitely highly suggest you start doing that instead of buying a whole bunch of products and housing them in your house, start with Etsy because you can get a feel for it's a great place to just get a feel for if what you're selling is actually going to be profitable in other places. There's sometimes, though, when you have a specific niche and it really works well with Etsy, but then on eBay, nobody's buying it. So if you're looking for just a good place to start with an Etsy shop. It's very easy to start up. You literally just start off by paying 20 cents and it's just very simple. Maybe one day I will do a video on setting up your Etsy shop, but there are tons and tons of videos on how to set up your Etsy shop out there on YouTube. So I would say start with Etsy. So now you have your first platform. When it comes to the culture of Etsy, I'm gonna just put it this way. Most of the time, people are not going there to purchase for themselves. Usually, they're looking for unique products, gifts to buy for someone else. Unless it's really meaningful, it's a passion for them. I'll give you an example. Like people, when we had, Trump and Biden, people were extremely passionate about that. Kamala Harris being the first African American, vice president, people were extremely passionate about that. So people will go to Etsy for things for themselves when they're passionate about it. People will go to Etsy for other people when they're trying to find unique gifts. So if I know that my girlfriend is an avid traveler, she loves to travel, I'm going to look for something that is going to, that's going to wow her, something that may even be personalized. So just keep that in mind when you want to start a store with Etsy. Look for passion. Look for things that's going to piss people off. You want whatever you're selling on Etsy to create some type of emotion. For instance, many of you know that I have a shop. One of my shops is called the Snarky Boutique. My shop, a lot of the products have curse words on it. And I'm going to get into the reason why I prefer to do that type of shop. But it causes either, like, people will send me messages and they're completely pissed off about it. They'll send me Facebook messages like, this is just so rude and all this stuff. What if, somebody's child walks past the screen and sees your product, whatever. Or some people just think it's just absolutely hilarious and will buy a case of a mug or a certain mug. So whatever you do, you want to make sure that whatever you choose to do, whatever designs you decide to do, whatever products, is something that they cannot buy anywhere else. They can't go to Target. They can't go to Walmart. Let's say you wanted to get into kids clothing or something like that. You don't want to sell like, a shirt with a rainbow on it. Now, you might have a pretty rainbow with someone's name on it. So maybe you have a pretty rainbow with Kayla, happy birthday, because that's more unique to the culture of Etsy. But you want to steer clear away from anything that they can purchase similar to somewhere, right there, local to them. So let's get started. So when my approach to finding good niches is a little bit different than what I've seen online. I say start off with your personality. Let me give you an example. Me, and if you see me looking over, it's because I wrote down some notes because I really don't want to miss anything. So I'm going to write some notes for you so you can jot them down. And then I'll have a link below where you could just, if you want to download it, you can. Okay. So I say start off with your personality. So let's talk about my personality. I can be a little rough around the edges. I'm an Aries. I love my family. I'm fiercely loyal to friends and family. I cuss probably a lot more than most people. And so that's why you probably see a lot of profanity, because these are products that I would personally purchase. Like, I would find them hilarious. If I don't laugh myself, if it's something that I would not purchase, I don't make it. No, I'm going to take that back, because sometimes the products are hilarious, but they're for a specific market. So for instance, you could be a mom to be. I am not going to be a mom to be anymore. So I would not purchase it for myself, but a lot of the things in my shop are things that are just absolutely hilarious to me. Okay, so more about me. I'm a wife. I'm married to a firefighter. So I don't get highly offended. It takes a lot for you to offend me. So I create products for people like me. I'm an introvert, so I'm that type of person that I can be in a group, but after a while, I gotta get away. I gotta build myself back up by being alone. There's just so many things about me that if you just jot who you are on paper and create products around who you are, it's going to be so much easier, and it's going to be fun for you to do this. Okay. So start with you, start with a list of your personality and build from there when you're just getting started. Once you get the hang of Etsy, I'm at a point where I could just pick a product or a niche. I know what to look for. I know how to do the research, and it's going to make money. I'm at that point. But when you're just getting started, start with you and what you like and what you're interested in. Okay. You might have, I'll give you some other examples of the type of person you might be. You might be a deeply religious person. You might be a very spiritual person where you meditate a lot, and you like the crystals, and you like the law of attraction, things like that. You might be a person who is exotic. You just like very exotic things. You like, bright colors. You like things that wow people. That's going to be the center of attention. You might be a very intellectual person, someone that is a deep thinker. You like to, you just have a intellectual personality. Maybe you like politics. Or maybe you are like a narcissist, and you could be condescending, and you can be very, rude sometimes, and that might be your personality. Or you could just be a very funny person. People gravitate to you. You say funny things. So these are things that if you can hone in on these type of personalities, you can make a lot of money with Etsy, because relatability is what sells on Etsy. That is what I have found. And if you really can't relate to people, and you can't relate to that niche, then people can kind of see right through that, because a lot of times you'll see people are starting a niche shop, and you see the exact same products in every single shop that sells that same thing. But when you are that person, people can feel it from your shop. They can see it in your about me page. They can see it in the pictures that you put up. They know that, they can vibe with you. So being able to relate, just like the memes, that's why memes are so amazing in marketing. If you can really hone in on memes on your social media, you can kill it. But memes are about relatability. You might be a firefighter and you read a meme about you being on a job site, and you see, you know, you see something crazy, and someone can have a meme about that, and you know exactly what they're talking about. You've been there, done there, bought the t-shirt. That is what sells, when you can relate to the customer. They can look at your product and like, oh my God, this is me. I get that all the time. People send me messages. Oh my God, my husband is going to love this. This is him. He would love this. He says this all the time. So try to be relatable when you're just starting out, and then create a product surrounding what you can relate to when you're just getting started. Okay. So what I would suggest, I suggest this. People are like, I don't know what to sell. I don't know what to sell. If you are someone that you just do not know what to sell, start off with t-shirts or mugs, and mugs. Do both. Start there, because what you can do is you can always build your shop from there. You might start off with just t-shirts. And then you start hearing people say, "Oh, I wish you had that in a mug. Oh, I would love that in a tumbler. Oh, that would be cute on a phone on a phone case." So start off with mugs or t-shirts. They're the easiest. They're always going to sell. You will always sell mugs and t-shirts. They're always great gifts, under $20. People will always buy these products. So if you're just completely confused on what to start off with, start it with your personality and t-shirts or mugs. Okay. One of the things you might want to do is go to a print on demand site like Printful, Printify, Custom Cat. There's a ton of them out there now. Just type in print on demand sites. But I would say start with Printful, because it's easy to find their catalog. They sell everything, duffel bags. They sell keychains, jewelry. There's so much stuff. Go and look at their product list and pick something. Okay, but I always say start with mugs and t-shirts. Another reason why I feel like you should start off with print on demand is because if you have this big idea and you think it's going to be great, and you order a whole bunch of stuff from China and then it just doesn't work out. With print on demand, you're not paying for anything until anything sells. So it's a lot safer to start off with a print on demand company that will make your product for you, will take care of the customer for you, will get it shipped if there's any issues. Let's say a mug breaks, they will replace it. Start off with companies like that. Okay. So that was my next thing. I went right into it. So look at the print on demand companies and make a list of products that you're interested in. Okay. And you also want to think too, with my personality, am I someone that would even want this product? So for me, I like to drink wine. Like I always have wine at my house. So somebody like me is going to buy a wine tumbler all day, a funny wine tumbler. You might be someone that, you are an avid coffee drinker, and you just get a kick out of funny mugs, waking up in the morning, getting, a mug that's just funny. Or you want something very meaningful. I didn't mean to say it like that, meaningful. You want something that is meaningful when you wake up. You want to see an affirmation on your mug. You want to see a nice quote. You want to see your baby on the mug. So think about, with your specific personality, what type of products. Okay, are you somebody that you're crazy about working out? That's a big deal. You would get a duffel bag that has a really nice print on it. you would get a water bottle, you would get a tumbler. Make sure that the products that you're going to start off with are things that you personally would purchase. So make that list out. All right. So now what you have, and I haven't been, okay, so start with your personality. The next thing was find products around that personality. Use print on demand. Okay. All right. Okay. So then now that you kind of have an idea of your personality, obviously you're going to have to do some design research and stuff like this, but this is just the very beginning stages of just what direction you want to go in. Let's see, let me look at my notes here. Okay, so now that you have a list of products, you want to focus on, with Etsy, are you solving a problem? And it doesn't just have to be Etsy, but a lot of products that solve problems will do very, very well on Etsy. Let me give you an example. So although I do print on demand, I also make a lot of my mugs, especially when I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace, because you have to get your mugs shipped within 3 business days. You can't do that if you're selling with print on demand. So I make a lot of my mugs when I'm on that marketplace or eBay or something like that. One of the problems that I had was when I just got started, I couldn't get the design to center perfectly on the mug. And so I just was all over the place. I would print out the design on the transfer paper that wraps around the mug, and it just would not work right. So I went to Etsy and I actually found something. It was like a mug wrap template that if you placed your design where they had it on the mug wrap, then it would center your design perfectly. So that solved the problem. So you might not have a physical product, but you might sell a digital product. I also have a digital product store. My digital product store, I have 2. I have one that's just like wall art, things like that. And I have another one that sells ebook templates. So let's say you want to create a recipe book, and you just you want to put it together. You want to save time. I have ebook templates that people can just insert their information. Boom, it's done. Solves a problem. Okay, so is your product solving a problem? When it comes to mugs and t-shirts with Etsy, it's a no-brainer because, like I said, it's really just a gift. And the reason why I would say those are the best products to start off with is because right now, like this, I'm filming this video in April, and we still have the pandemic going on. People are getting vaccinated and all that stuff, but people are still, we're still in a pandemic. So people are still buying a lot of their gifts and stuff online, and they want the gifts. What I'm finding is they love the personalization side. So when you can personalize a mug with somebody's name, you put dear whatever from Melinda, they're very meaningful. And because a lot of people can't be there in front of the person to give it to them, they want that person to have an experience to when they open up that mug, or they open up their present and it has their name on it, or it has a picture of let's say you're a daughter and you're sending a gift to your mom, and it's a beautiful picture of your mom and your new baby, and you put it on a mug or a puzzle or something. It's extremely meaningful, and that's what people are looking for right now for gifts. So that's why mugs and t-shirts are great, because they can be very meaningful. People are looking for that. They can't just physically give out products, and you're that solution. They're looking for, they want that person to be overwhelmed. Okay. Let me go back to that a little bit, because this is just so important. This is how I've made thousands and thousands of dollars on Etsy. When you can come up with a product, okay, somebody already has in their mind the emotion that they want the person who's going to be receiving the gift to have. They want, let's say it's for Valentine's Day, And let's say you have a long distance relationship and this guy wants to buy his girlfriend something, and it's just extremely meaningful. It says something. It's something that he made up and had somebody put on a mug, or their picture, and I love you so much and I miss you. You know, he already has in his mind how he wants her to react. And so what you are doing for people is so crucial on Etsy, because they have it in their mind that, oh my God, when they get this gift, it's just going to be amazing. And what's great about that is that they will pay premium price for that emotion. They will pay premium price to get that phone call. Oh my God, I can't believe you did this. This is so beautiful. When you get here, I got you, boo. You know, and we all do that. Like when I'm buying something for my husband, I don't just buy him a shirt. Like I'm really thinking about, like, I don't buy him any shirt. I'm really thinking about what is going to wow him. But on the flip side, when you can't deliver that and they get a crappy product, then it's the worst thing in the world. And they will let you know that in their comments. So it's very important when you are getting into Etsy. The Etsy culture, they're very meaningful people. They will spend top dollar for an experience. They will spend top dollar for you to get that to the person that they want to give that gift to, ship it in 3 days. Like, they will pay the extra money. So you can really do well on Etsy and get that top dollar when you understand giving somebody that experience. So I'm gonna leave that there. That's another video. I can go on and on about that. Like, that changed. Understanding experience will change everything for you. It will change everything for you. All right. So let me go back to my notes. What problem does your product solve? Okay. All right. And the next one is, what is the solution to that problem? Now, I know we kind of already covered this, but let me give you some more to digest. So when it comes to Etsy, they want a good product. They want it to be meaningful. A lot of them want it to be personalized, and they don't want any headache. So when you can do things like get it shipped faster, when you can do things like, let's see, what else do they really, really love? Make suggestions that will even go better with their products that they're looking at. When you can be more intimate with the customer, and they can feel that you're trying to do everything you possibly can to give the gift receiver the best experience ever. You just want to look at what all the problems that they could possibly have. The biggest one is going to be shipping. So you want to address all these things in your description. You want to address every problem that they might have. If your product is print on demand and you cannot get this, it's going to take 2 weeks to get it out. Address that problem. If for some reason you thought you could get it out and you can't, address that problem. Send messages to the customer. Hey, we have an issue here. We may not be able to get it out until this time. But just like I gave you the example of the mug wrap, if you can just come up with things that people are looking for every day that solve problems, that's great. But in the product itself, even if it's just a t-shirt or a mug, address any problem they could possibly have. It might be like, you might say, hey, if this isn't the right size, we can't replace it. Or maybe you can. So anything that customers will have issues with, you want to address it. Okay. And then understand what your customer is willing to pay for that product. Okay. This is huge because when you're doing print on demand, you may come up with a bomb product, but then you do your research on your other competitors and what you need to charge people to make a profit. Your competitors are able to, just completely knock you out the water. Maybe you need to sell your product, your mug for $19.95, but some person with a similar design, they're selling it for $13. So before you even, and that's going to go to when you're doing your research on finding a print on demand company that works best for you, you need to know all your costs. You need to know, how much do I have to pay print on demand? What fees do they have? How much am I going to have to pay Etsy? What are their fees? Because they are really good at getting you on the fees. So understanding, and then here's another thing. You may have a product. Let's say you have a Mother's Day mug that you're coming out with, and you're going to bundle it with a shirt or something like that, and you want it to be really nice. You want to have a nice box and a beautiful ribbon and all this stuff. Okay, so what do you have to charge to do that? So before you go into making these decisions, you got to bust out that calculator, that pen and piece of paper, and really manually understand what you need to pay. Because yes, it might sell, but you might be making $1 or $2 on it, and you wasted your time. And remember, you got to pay taxes on it, your time, your effort. So understand what your customers are willing to pay and what it's going to cost you to create it. So you want to kind of be in that happy medium where you can still make a good profit, but it can still look good and professional. So that's very important. Okay. Okay. These are just some other things to think about when you are trying to decide on your products and what you want to do. You really have to understand what your customer wants. And that goes back to personality. What do you want? So when you're buying a gift for somebody, if you're on Etsy looking for something, what is it that you really desire from me? I'm that person that I really want you to be wild. I want everybody else's presents to look like nothing compared to mine. That's just me. I want them to be like, oh, but girl, I got this and I got this and girl, but Melinda's, girl, let me show you this. I want you to take a picture of my present and put it on social media. Like, oh, thank you. That's the kind of wow I want. That might sound a little crazy. That's the Aries in me. But I will invest. I will spend $22 on an 11-ounce mug because I know this is perfect for this specific person. That's just me. So what does your customer really want? Okay. Go back to you. That's why this is just such a great way to get started, by just starting with things that you would like, because you know that person, you know what they want. For me, I wanted to get here on time. Don't give me stuff that's going to be here 3 weeks later when you said it's going to be here in 3 days. That's huge for me. So I don't care about the price. I want a wow factor. I want good customer service. I want you to address things with me. What kind of person are you? Okay. What motivates this person? So like I was just telling you, I want the wow. I want that person to have a great experience. That motivates me in itself. It might be a t-shirt and, maybe you're buying the t-shirt for yourself because you're trying to lose weight, and maybe it has a positive message on it. When you put that t-shirt on, it motivates you to work out every day. So what motivates your customer? Write that stuff down. And then you want to think about your competition. You have to do a lot of competition research. Is there anything that you can do with your specific product that's going to put you over the edge? So for me, because I do a lot of personalization, that's what kind of puts me over the edge. I may have a mug that says some similar wording. It may even have a similar design. Now, I would never, ever completely copy someone's design. Don't ever, ever, ever do that. Try to make it as different as possible. You need a happy medium. You don't want to go too crazy out of it because you don't know if that design is going to sell. But where was I going with this? But you want to be, how can you have something similar but make it so much better than your competition? So, like I was saying with the mugs, I might have a similar saying on it, but I'm going to put your name on it. I'm going to add a heart. I'm going to, put your mother-in-law's name with your name on it. So that takes me out of the ballpark of just having a mug, because you go to Etsy and what happens is people copy off the bestsellers, and everybody just selling the same thing. So you have to make it different. You may have to spend a little extra money on a better designer. You may have to You're just going to have to think outside the box. What can I do differently? Let's go back to the bundle. Maybe you're doing a Mother's Day bundle. Maybe you want to sell t-shirts and a mug. Okay. But you got a lot of other people who are doing the same thing. So what can you do? Maybe you can add a t-shirt, a mug, and a coaster. What can you do to make yours look better? Go to your competitor and look at what they have going on in totality. Sometimes you'll go to some people's shops, you don't even see a picture of them. They don't have any type of logo. They don't have nothing. They just have, 4 or 5 items that might sell, because maybe they're solving some problems. Maybe they have a good product. So what if your shop, when somebody came to your shop, there was excitement. You had a about me page that talked about yourself. You had 20 products for them to look at. How can you set yourself apart? So let me write some of this down. What does your customer really want? What motivates your customer? Check out the competition. Okay, so when you're in this thinking pattern of building a store and a shop and trying to figure out what are you going to sell, I already told you, if you don't know what to sell, just start off with some mugs and some t-shirts. Let's just get that out the door. That will sell. Or tumblers, but I would still say start off with mugs and t-shirts. So, but the thing is going to be your niche. So your niche, surround that by your personality. Now, hopefully you just don't have the worst shitty personality ever, but I will tell you, there are great markets for shitty personalities. People who are narcissists, condescending, mean, rude, crude. Oh, there's a huge market for that. So if that's you, I'll take that back. You can sell some stuff. If you are obnoxious, or if you're somebody that, just gets on everybody's nerves, there's a market for people like you. So start with you. I hear everybody say it too. They say, well, what do you like? Or what are you passionate about? You don't necessarily have to be passionate about some damn mugs, but you could be passionate about what is said on the mug. You could be passionate about, maybe you just love cows, and, you just crack up when you see, like, certain quotes about cows. You don't necessarily have to be passionate about it, but something that just really just like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Like for me, being a mom of 2 teenagers and a 7-year-old, all the funny mom stuff, like the bad mom stuff. I'm not a bad mom. I'm just saying the stuff that I'm definitely not the domesticated, I, I don't know. Like I said, I'm rough around the edges, but start with you. That's the biggest thing. Start with you. If you don't take anything else from this video, start with you. Go for the experience. Run for the experience. Think about you and what would just make you like, oh my God. Like, are you like, okay, so are you someone that is just, you love to be in love? If you got something from your husband or your boyfriend and you saw it and you're like, oh my God, he can have whatever he wants. Like, that's the kind of experience you want. It might be, like I said, if you're big in the fitness, health and fitness, and, there's just certain things that you're like, oh my God, if somebody got this for me, that would be so great. Things like that. You want to stick with experience. You want to stick with blowing somebody's mind with what was said. You want to make people mad. You want them to crack up. You want them to just have an emotion. You never want to sell a product where somebody like, oh, that's cute. People don't just buy that's cute. They buy something where it's just going to wow somebody. And that could be literally like most of the mugs that I sell. Matter of fact, I have one. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So I'm about to show y'all 3 mugs. And if y'all copy off of me, it's okay. I'm one of those people that I live in abundance. So, whatever. I've already sold a shitload of these anyway. So this one right here. Let me see if I can put this in the paper. I don't know if y'all can see it. It says, I whisper what WTF to myself at least 20 times a day. This sells pretty well. This is me. Like what the? My daughter do something. What the? Like, I just cleaned the house. And 20 minutes later, it's stuff all over. What the? So somebody like me, I'm going to buy this in a heartbeat. Here's another one that I made. So this was one for Valentine's Day. This sold extremely well on Facebook Marketplace, not so much on Etsy. Let me read it to you. It says, Dear Jonathan, I wish I could turn back the clock and I'd find you sooner and love you longer. I may not be your first date, your first kiss, or your first love, but I just want to be your last everything. Love, Melinda. Baby, you give that to somebody, they be like, what you want? And it has like our little wedding picture in there. This is emotion. Here's another one that sells pretty well. It says, glasses make me sexy, locks make me dangerous. People with dreadlocks are very passionate about natural hair and self-love. And, this is the type of stuff right here. But something like this is just black and white work. This is just black and white, regular font, get a cool font. Something like this sells like hotcakes. So this is what I'm talking about. You're not going to find this in Walmart. You're not going to find this in Target. You definitely not going to find this at Dollar Tree. You're just not. So this is what you need to look for. What is going to stir some things up. Okay? So I'm going to stop the video because it's getting a little bit long. But what you need to do now is just look at what we've discussed and really make a list and let yourself be the focus. Would I buy this? Does this make me laugh? Is this something that I would want? Think about who you are. Start there. Once you get the hang of Etsy, you won't have to do this. And I'm going to have some more videos coming out back to back about, product research and all this kind of stuff. But this is your starting point. This is where you start. Because if you can do this, you can easily make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. Easily. Just when you put your little spin on it, you can easily make that kind of money a month. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I also have an email address if you want to contact me there. You can also visit the Snarky Boutique for any funny mugs or t-shirts or canvas bags that you may like to get for someone. But I really appreciate you watching this video. And like I said, I'll have some more coming out as far as marketing is concerned with Etsy and other platforms. So you definitely want to make sure that you hit the like button, that you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll know exactly when that information comes out. Thank you so much and take care.